So far this evening, just before 9 o'clock tonight in Gaines Township in southern Kent County, our deputies were called to report of a shooting. Initial information revealed that there was a female that was shot in the arm. Arriving Kent County deputies located that female in the entrance to a mobile home community along South Division, just south of 60th Street. They initially rendered medical aid in that female, I believe, was approximately 17 years old, was transported to a local hospital, is in stable condition at this time, and interviews are still underway. There's very limited information that we have as far as to where this incident took place, so we don't have an actual crime scene at this point, and there aren't a lot of details that are being provided. So as far as a suspect's description, I don't have one to give you at this point, and so detectives are currently working and deputies are working leads. The incident over my shoulder that you saw a little while ago, they had a description of people walking in the roadway as they were treating the females. They went to make contact with those people that were outside. An individual, they were not compliant, and they started to move away from officers' commands as they were attempting to see if they were involved or not as they were in the area. Further investigation revealed that they were not involved, but some of the, just as an explanation, just some of the methods that you observed in them contacting. Anytime we have a firearm involved in an incident, we're always going to take the most safe approach that we can. And if that means it takes a little bit longer time, that creates more safety for us and them, we can try to negotiate and communicate, and that person eventually did come out. So it was determined that they were not involved, so they're going to continue to follow up on leads. But at this point, there's no known direct threat to the local community here other than when these individuals called 911, they happened to be in the mobile home community and walked to the front of it to meet police officers there. So stable enough to walk out and meet us and then be taken to the hospital from there. So that's the very limited information I have at this point. If residents or anyone out there do have information in regards to a group of teenagers that were out and about and heard something, please let us know so we can continue to follow up on leads, because as I said, at this point our officers are going off of just some very limited information, and they're trying to glean more as they interview these folks currently.
I know you didn't know exactly where the shooting took place. Do you have an early inclination whether it may have taken place outside or inside? And also, the person that stayed inside for a while, I assume no one was taken into custody, but did you say you had a person of interest in mind at all?
So to your first question, where was the potential crime scene, inside or outside? Do not know that yet. So that's still trying to be determined at this point. As far as any people of interest, initially a group of people were observed outside. So the officers that were on scene went to contact them as they were in the vicinity when this took place. And again, the descriptions were very vague, so they're trying to contact someone, and the person was not initially compliant with the officers. So they just took precautions to try to ask this person to come out and talk with them. After they did, they conducted an interview, figured out that this individual was not involved in the incident and felt comfortable with that, and so they're going to move forward and continue to follow up on more leads at this point.
The woman who was shot, do you know her age or whether she lived near this complex?
I do not know the current residency of the individual who was shot. I do know it was a 17-year-old female. I do not know where from at this point. It's still early.
Was she the one who called? Was she the one who called 911? I don't know if you guys have.
Either that individual, or I believe there were two other people with her at that point.
And then you guys have not made contact with the two other people that were with her?
It's my understanding that those individuals are with her at the local hospital,
okay.
So they're going to be obviously interviewed by our detectives that are with them.
What type of weapon, sir? Do you have any idea if it was a handgun shot or?
Don't know.
And then are those three the only three you guys are looking at right now? Or do you guys have any reason to be if it could be, sorry, I cannot talk right now, it's so cool. If it could be like a larger group, I know you were mentioning, if anyone saw a group of teenagers.
Yeah, at this point, with the preliminary info, it sounds like there was approximately 3 people that were together that we know. One was received a gunshot wound to the arm. And the other people were not injured, however, they are with that person. Anyone else that was involved tonight, we don't know at this point, but again, we're going to continue to work through the night to follow up on any leads. So if anyone does have any information, please contact the Kent County Sheriff's Office or Silent Observer.
What's that number? 632?
The Kent County Sheriff's Office is 616-336-3113 for our non-emergency line, goes to our dispatch center. And again, if it's emergency or something very urgent, 911 goes to the same people.
Which arm was she shot in and whereabouts?
I don't know.
There's been problems in these parks before, not only Kentwood modular homes here, but Southwood just down the road. Again, recent problems here or gangs in this immediate area?
As to your question as far as recent problems in different communities in this area, I can't speak to that. I haven't pulled up those current stats, but we live in this is a metropolitan area. There's a lot of folks here, so yeah, there are calls for service within Gaines Township on a regular basis, but I couldn't speak to anything specific to your question at this point.
Seemed like there was a shooting on 60th right across the street here about a year ago, if I recall correctly. Recollect that one?
Nope. But at this point, in regards to this specific incident, we just ask if there's anyone that would have more information that could help us out to help bring closure to the community, because obviously it's concerning that this happened. We want to get to the bottom of it, and we intend to. So if there are any other safety issues that arise that we feel like the communities know about, we will let them know. But at this point, at least to address the quick summation of what happened, there's not any active scene as we speak. We're still trying to figure out where exactly this took place. We're not quite sure, and we're getting very limited information at this point. So we're really trying to dig in and find more. And then I hope to, as time goes on, push out a further media release at a later time when we get more information.
You know which hospital you take to?
I don't.
Which ambulance responded?
I don't. Much more than what I've given, unfortunately,
okay.
I don't
Last question
have.
I can think of, and I know these are perfunctory type questions, forgive me for that, but any early indication of shell casings or anything like that were found?
We still don't know the crime scene.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem, guys.